Healthy Rebel Radio is sponsored by the Healthy Rebel app. 300 plus secretly healthy, delicious, mouth-watering dessert and treat recipes made with all-natural, whole food ingredients. Now available for download on the App Store and Google Play. Find out more details at healthyrebel.com.
Welcome to Healthy Rebel Radio. I'm your host, Dr. David Dizer, and I'm here with my Damie Health Healthy Rebel co-founder and co-host of the show, Amy Lane. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
You're good?
Yeah.
I want to start the show off to bring up the documentary we watched last night. We found the Al Jazeera documentary on YouTube called The Dark Side.
That's not how we found it.
How did we find it?
By the press in BC blowing up about someone you worked with.
Well, I think the way it came up, it was about 7 o'clock at night, and I said to you, did I mention that there was a naturopath implicated in a scandal with Peyton Manning, the famous football player? And you said, no, you did not.
And then I accused you of it being a dream.
Yeah, and then I started to think, maybe that was a dream. So we started Googling, and within a couple minutes we had found that there was this documentary out there.
And what was the further nightmare?
That it was someone I had worked with.
Personally,
for
a long period of time.
Yeah, as an intern in medical school, I was a secondary to his 4th year internship.
Yeah.
And to watch what happened in the documentary was just appalling. I mean,
it was just so upsetting.
Yeah, it felt really, really bad.
It was really upsetting. It felt very uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, just to see someone you know being filmed without their knowledge is a very bizarre feeling. It's surreal.
For sure, but on top of that, the way that...
Oh no, I'm not taking away from what he did, how he talked,
mm-hmm.
and then that it's your profession that you're so proud of and you are so...
Definitely, and the whole time you're thinking, okay, this is getting international news here. This is Al Jazeera. It's being picked up by New York Times. It's going to be all over the media this week. And it's not portraying our profession in at all. Not even a glimpse. I've never seen anything like it.
I think that's what the most upsetting personal part for how we feel about, because we are so adamant about professionalism and doing, good for the general public. I mean, just the fact that this is the most press in how long that naturopathic physicians in BC have ever received. And I mean, it's going to go further than... I mean, you're tied into Peyton Manning in a huge scandal.
Oh, definitely. Now there's extra lawsuits going to Al Jazeera. And
True or not, this is going to,
it's going to be seen all over the world. And
the way that this naturopath in BC is portraying the profession is disgusting.
Oh, absolutely. And
it's really upsetting.
Completely contrary to the ethics of what we promote at the Boucher Institute. And
Did you have any indication that naturopaths would be even participating in... I'm not talking about him.
Never. I mean, I know that there are naturopaths who've been caught in scandals before where they've been using substances they shouldn't have been using.
All professionals have.
But exactly. I mean, if you have, we have 500 or I don't know how many naturopaths in British Columbia, and you have one acting this way, they're going to get caught.
It's just so upsetting.
And so if you look at all the professions, you're going to see the same thing happening. It's just this was a very unique situation where they were acting absolutely contrary to what the profession is. It's just couldn't be... I mean, the Sage Clinic response to the media was absolutely... I think they put it really, really well. Like that what was portrayed in this documentary absolutely does not represent the values of naturopathic medicine, doesn't represent the values of the Sage Clinic.
And I will say about being here and that you've met with the Sage Clinic owner, and you went to school with people that work in other Sage clinics that they would have no idea. They're not lying.
No idea.
They have no idea that was going on.
No, he was let go right away, and there was public statements made to it looked like the Globe and Mail, the Providence. I mean, it's all over the web.
And I feel bad for him, the owner of the Sage Clinic, because he is such a passionate, hardworking entrepreneur. And, like, again, this is the most press he's ever got.
Well, for sure, it's him. I think it's him, his wife, and a person from Victoria. And they're all co-owners.
Oh, it's just upsetting. And again, just from being this close to it, they had no idea.
Oh, no idea.
Like, he definitely was acting alone with this pharmacist or
definitely.
whatever.
I wouldn't even say that anyone else in the profession knew of even the products that he was using. I really wouldn't have any knowledge of, because I mean they're only for research. They're products that I've never even heard of, and I believe that most MDs have never heard of them. The peptides used in animal research.
Well, you haven't heard of them for human consumption. I mean, it's just the whole thing is just a nightmare.
Yeah.
Aside from the fact that, I mean, it's ethically wrong, and it's just, I don't know. I feel at the same time, you don't want to just say like someone's evil and terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad because he must have been driven by something to go to such a dark length.
Definitely.
And I want to believe probably, going to medical school, being in school as an adult for at least 8 years costs an extraordinary amount of money. We're talking like $300,000.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have a young family, or it doesn't matter if you have a young family, you come out and you're around the age of 30 and you have to start paying back this debt, it's a lot of pressure.
Yes,
and I mean, I want to believe that like he's not a bad person. Perhaps he just was desperate and was told by somebody that this was a way to make a lot of money quickly.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, you want to have
feeling
empathy.
The pressure for sure. I mean, if you haven't seen the documentary, it's called The Dark Side, and what it's about is an undercover Olympic athlete goes into physicians, pharmacists, offices, and so an MD's office, a naturopathic doctor's office, a pharmacist, and another pharmacist who's a PhD in pharmacy, and then films them undercover asking for sports-enhancing medications to boost growth hormone. And
what transpires is really...
It unfolds from there with a whole bunch of different actions by different people, and it portrayed the profession in a way that I wouldn't ever imagine that it would go. Anyways, on a lighter note, we've got some great news for the day. CTV News has released the top health trends for 2016.
You told me that I'm going to enjoy this.
You're going to love them. You're going to love them. So this is 2016. This is what's coming up.
I haven't read this, so I'm kind of looking forward to what you're about to say.
This is a major Canadian publication, of course, CTV News, coming out with what they think will be popular in health this year.
Okay.
And they've come up with 5 things. Mm-hmm. And the reason I think you're going to find it funny is because obviously these things we've been doing for quite a while and promoting to Dami members.
Really?
Yeah, so I'll go through them with you. Number 1, hemp protein.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah, seriously. Hemp protein for 2016. Canadians can find it everywhere in different forms. It's got high protein. It's got a good omega-3 to omega-6 ratio. It's got other nutrients like vitamin E and other minerals.
Shut the front door. They're saying this is new for 2000. I mean, how many years have we been...
Yeah, so hemp protein is a great vegan or vegetarian protein source. You can choose from brown rice, hemp, pea protein.
But I also love it because in smoothies, you don't get that chalky flavor at all. No. You just don't.
Definitely. If you're wondering what that licking sound is, it's our smallest dog, Oscar.
Well, he's
he's very happy about being part of the podcast today.
He's physically the larger dog, but he's our baby, so we call him the small dog. And sometimes when he gets excited, he licks the air. I don't know.
For sure. Hemp protein. Number 1.
He's pumped about hemp protein.
He's pumped about hemp protein.
Ew.
So hemp protein, in terms of its classification, we usually use it as a vegetarian protein source. You don't use it normally for its oils, because if you're looking for a better omega-3 ratio, you use flaxseed, ground flax.
Yeah, not just that. I just believe that through production and...
Definitely.
You
lose a lot of the oils, for sure. So, number 2, vitamin C and vitamin D.
Stop it.
Seriously, and they even comment that these are old favorites finding new applications, talking about vitamin C rich creams to protect the skin in harsh winter, as an antioxidant, which people have been using that for a long time. It's not a new thing. And vitamin D for its versatile effects, being bone and heart health. But I mean, it's mainly promoted for depression, for seasonal affective disorder,
especially for us in Canada.
But Health Canada has been talking about it for bone and heart health for a long time as well. So the fact that vitamin C and vitamin D are back in the news is great. Is great news, because vitamin C and vitamin D, I mean, most people should be taking, especially vitamin D during the winter months for most people in the northern hemisphere. I think the Health Canada recommendations are 1,000 IUs per day, but we often go up to 3,000 or 4,000, being absolutely safe. And there's good vitamin D testing now in North America, so we do that. And then vitamin C, I mean, used in cold prevention. It's used in a lot of things. It's used in high doses in cancer. It's used in
good for energy
many different
as well.
ways. It's good for energy. It's good for tissue healing. It's good for a lot of different things. So vitamin C and vitamin D back in the news.
I like this list.
Me too. This list is great. Now, this one is just...
What?
Oh, this one is so good.
What?
Well, it's going to... When people see this, they're going to think of you.
Why? What?
Especially people who have been around.
What?
Okay. This is literally what this says on the list this morning. CanadaAM.ctvnews.ca. I'll post the link.
Okay.
Number 3. Sweets and savories with a healthy kick.
Stop it.
Seriously. I love it. 2016. God, the blog is going to blow up.
I hope so.
Everyone loves to indulge, but what if you could satisfy those sweet and salty cravings with food that also includes a nutritious kick?
Just stop it.
In 2016, these options are almost limitless.
HealthyRebel.com.
HealthyRebel.com. Okay, so our app is the Healthy Rebel app, which is basically this category.
Yes.
And our blog, DamiHealth.com. You go to the blog.
Yeah.
You're going to find over 1,500 posts of just this category. Their options are new ways to crunch. 2016, look out for chips made from beans, root veggies, and even lentils. These snacks give us a great fiber kick and all the crunch we crave. And then sweets to satisfy. They're saying about how coconut and chocolate are merging.
Stop it.
How many coconut and chocolate recipes do we have? I don't know. This is so exciting.
Wow.
Isn't that funny?
It's so
So when did the blog start?
2008.
2008. And just been posting every single week.
Yes.
Sweet and savory meals and
Secretly
treats.
healthy recipes. That's my jam.
Okay, number 4. They actually wrote this, and it's just one word.
What?
And this is their idea for, like, I can think of a bunch of different things that are more obscure that might be interesting in 2016.
I'm starting to think they just went onto my blog.
Okay, number 4.
What?
Fiber.
Stop.
Seriously, look, it says fiber. I love it.
No.
Yeah, that's great.
That's a trend.
Fiber is primed to be the new protein.
That doesn't even make sense.
We all know that fiber is good for digestive and intestinal health, but it can do so much more, from heart health to weight maintenance.
Stop.
Well, it's funny because I was writing about a couple months ago about type 2 diabetes and how to reverse.
Yeah.
And the first steps are lose a certain amount of weight. There's a specific algorithm for how much weight you should lose. Mm-hmm. There's a certain number of exercise you should do. For most people, it's 150 minutes a week. And then the third recommendation is fiber, to eat more fiber. And I think these things are just too simple to be worth an article or to be worth putting out there.
No.
But then I just did it, and I felt like it was a good comprehensive start for people who want to improve their health, and not just for type 2 diabetes. Mm-hmm. But they're saying, as a health trend, 2016, fiber's back in.
I just think this is the funniest thing.
I know.
Because I feel like everyone that's been on our programs or is on our programs, it's going to be like, did you write this?
Right.
I mean, this week with everyone's check-ins, their weekly check-ins, for those of you that don't know, everyone that's on my program, they do a weekly email check-in with me, and I personally respond to everyone. And this week, my main recommendation is get your water and veggies up. Mm-hmm. So with every meal, make sure you're eating at least 2 cups of vegetables per meal, and make sure you're drinking your recommended water that I've recommended. This week, that's your main goal. And it's funny because this has also been verified by that study that we read just, a month ago that said the more veggies you eat, the less body fat you have.
Oh, yeah. It was awesome.
And it's so funny because I'm the water veggie pusher.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
When we read that, we're like, oh, yeah, veggies help you lose weight.
I love it when these things come out and it just verifies what we've been pushing.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah.
You read
Isn't
it
that funny,
with a
though?
huge smile on your face.
Yeah. Fiber. Who would have thunk it? What bothers me is people are going to go and down the cereal are high fiber or like granola bars, high fiber. No.
Yeah, you have to watch
Let's do fiber. Let's do veggies and fruit. Let's do, real nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do hemp protein. Let's
Exactly. A nice mix of insoluble and soluble fiber.
Yeah.
Basically, you're getting your veggies and that's
real food, period.
Yes, exactly. Leafy greens being the insoluble fiber, which have tons of good nutrients, and then it's good for the stool, and then the soluble fiber, which is what you use to bind cholesterol in the digestive tract to actually reduce your cholesterol levels. And it bulks the stool and all that and makes the stool great. But the point being, like what you were saying, is to not go crazy with the soluble fiber. So in terms of having too many grains at night.
Yeah.
But still eating whole grains and still having brown rice, quinoa, whole grains during the day. To bind that cholesterol and to give your body the adequate sugar it needs for brain function.
So funny.
Right on.
Yep.
Fiber. Okay, let's go to number 5. Number 5 isn't something that we've been promoting, but it's something we've done. And I think there's a caveat here that needs to be made, which isn't made. So number 5 is, they say sea vegetables. So they're talking about kelp, which is something we've used before. And I mean, we do greens powder with different things in it. We've promoted greens powder before. But what they're saying is kelp is the new kale for the year. Now, kelp is interesting because it's, got a good nutrient profile. It doesn't have very many calories. It's got natural salt, which is good. It's got some chlorophyll, which is nice. But it also has iodine, which can be helpful in certain circumstances. And there's a theory that many people are low in iodine, and that's why thyroid function is an issue for our population. Mm-hmm. But iodine is a tricky one that if you have too much, then you can have a real issue, and you don't want to take. Was that him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it on here.
He's growling at the crows.
Now Oscar went from happy to mad.
I'm so mad. Okay,
so sea vegetables.
Did they say that?
They don't say about iodine intake.
No. Did they say about specifically kelp? Because I think they'd also be talking about nori. Yes or no?
I don't know that. Yeah, I don't think they mentioned that. Sea vegetables can help reduce sodium intake while supporting thyroid health, and these unique vegetables are rich in naturally occurring iodine. Mm-hmm. Well, that's why it helps thyroid health. Mm-hmm. They're fat-free, low in calories, rich in minerals, vitamins, chlorophyll, enzymes, all the good stuff, which are low in land vegetables due to soil demineralization. I mean, we worry about heavy metals, and I think that there's some uptake here that needs to be considered with these, and the source is really important. You can't go for a bad source. But when it comes to iodine, it's not like everyone should be taking iodine, because that's absolutely not true. So them commenting that having high iodine is a good thing in these it's definitely not for everyone. Especially when it comes to thyroid health, because you can have an overabundance of thyroid, which can cause problems. That's the list.
That's it?
Yeah, 5 things. 5 things. What do you think?
I would add to it.
What do you think okay, let's go over it. What do you think will be the trend for 2016 from your perspective in health?
My perspective? Okay, walking.
Okay, you're being just as basic. I like it.
Yeah,
you think walking is going to be a trend in 2016?
I think it should be.
Nice.
I think I probably shouldn't tell this. This should probably be my book. But I think that walking is, everyone can afford it. Mm-hmm. You just need a pair of shoes. Mm-hmm. B, it puts you out, you're exercising, and it puts you out into nature. So you're breathing fresh air, you're connecting to nature. I mean, I recommend it without earphones, without any source of entertainment. Either leave your phone at home or turn it off. And it's a form of meditation. I think it reduces stress, puts you in the moment, plus you're physically moving your body. I think walking is it. Plus, almost everybody can do it. Mm-hmm. So, and you can speed walk or you can slow walk. Wherever you are in your fitness. I think we've overcomplicated workouts. I really do.
Oh, I completely agree.
I think that, for people that are bored and want to seek out all these different things like surfing inside and, whatever, all these crazy things, I just think that we've gone too far. And I think that we've, a lot of people come to me and they're like, I feel like I can't do anything because I'm not going to go, spend money at these specialty gyms or, I don't feel comfortable doing this or that. Mm-hmm. And then they feel like they can't do anything.
Yes. Or they even go there and then they get injured.
Or they go there and they feel uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I can completely relate to that. I remember going to the gym when I first started out and just feeling so silly. Anyway, the point is, I think walking is awesome.
You think walking is back?
I think walking is awesome.
You'll be walking around with vitamin C and vitamin D in your pocket.
Yeah, hemp protein. So I believe in walking. I believe in journaling.
You think journaling is going to be a hot health trend in 2016?
I think it should be.
Oh my gosh, your list is just as bad as theirs. Journaling 2016. I'm just making notes for myself.
Thank you. I think journaling is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone can find a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you can... I believe, journaling has evolved for me. When I first started, it was all about, self-abuse. I'm horrible. Today was terrible. Like, Dear Diary. Then it kind of transformed. But now it's a positive affirming.
Mm-hmm.
And it sets my day. So I will go to my sacred space and I'll have my journal and I'll positively affirm things. Mm-hmm. Like, today is a beautiful day. I'm so grateful that I woke up healthy and happy. And then I'll positive affirm things for you. That I'm grateful for you and I'm grateful for your health. And then I see you having a great day and things unfolding for you. And then I do that for myself. I write about how, everyone that is on the Daily Health programs is healthy, happy, successful.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing. Yeah, I think it's awesome.
Nice.
Plus physically getting it out.
Yeah, it's a meditative process, and
it is again.
But it's also an energetic process for you.
Yes.
It's setting the tone for the day for so many people at that point.
And I feel like writing it out, if you have any sort of obsessive natures, writing it out lets you release it.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of thinking about things constantly, or you just feel set. So you write it out, you let it go. So yes, so far we've got walking and journaling.
Do you have anything else?
Well, vegetables.
You think vegetables are going to be a hot topic in 2000?
Plant forward. I think everybody...
Yeah, I agree.
Everybody should, no matter who they are, reduce dependence on meat and dairy.
Mm-hmm.
That's hot. Actually, and then I think next I'll say dairy-free.
Dairy-free, okay. Yeah, that could go mainstream this year.
So, yeah.
I like your list.
How many did they have?
So tell me about plant forward. You're just talking about reducing meat consumption.
Can I say one more?
Yeah, you can say one more. You get
Sleep.
5. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think that people should set their sleep, like take their bedrooms more seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Invest in good sheets, good pillows. Invest in, good curtains. Take all their electronics out and go to bed.
Yes.
Early. At a good time. Sleep.
I agree. I think it's really valuable.
7 to 8 hours.
Ariana Huffington tried to make it last year. Was it last year or the year before?
No. She's just editing her book.
Oh, really?
It hasn't even come out yet.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it already came out.
No.
Okay. So you're saying you're going with sleep then?
Mm-hmm. So read my list.
Okay, your list.
This is the hot for 2016. If you want to be on the cutting edge.
Cutting edge.
Of coolness.
Walking. Number 1. Number 2.
Sticking by it.
Journaling.
Yep.
Number 3. Vegetables.
Yes.
That's very obscure.
No, it's not.
Number 4, dairy free.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one. I do think that will go that will go mainstream.
Oh, look.
And 5, sleep. Okay, so if Ariana Huffington's book just comes out now, yes, this will be 2016 for sure.
But why do we have to wait for Ariana Huffington to
I'm
give
just
us
saying,
permission to what is cool?
We don't need permission. I think you're onto it.
I think I'm going to do this as a blog post.
That's a great idea.
And I think people are going to think,
Do you want me to give you mine? I've got a couple.
Okay.
I just thought of them.
Okay.
Because I'm sort of in it every single day.
Yeah, sort of, yeah.
But I think that...
I think we both are.
Well, we absolutely both are. And what I'm hearing so far, and I think you'll agree with some of these. I think in 2016, marine collagen will be in.
Mm-hmm.
Marine collagen is coming through. Everyone's studying it. Everyone's testing it. Everyone's seeing, what the benefits are for skin, eyes, nails, and hair. So I think marine collagen will be big.
Okay, well, you're going really with the cool stuff.
The cool stuff, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Number 2, I think that hormone regulation will be back in style. I think it'll be, especially for females, I think that people are realizing that it's not natural. It doesn't have to happen to have severe PMS symptoms. I think that it's a symptom of
perhaps not eating enough vegetables, not reducing animal protein, and by having too much dairy. Oh, and probably also from not exercising daily, which could include walking, reducing stress levels like journaling, and having enough sleep.
I hear you.
So I think my list.
Your list is the treatment for the hot topic of my list.
There you have it.
I think that people will start to detox estrogen quicker using simple things like exercise, veggies, like you have on your list. Sleeping,
eliminating dairy, perhaps reducing the reliance on animal protein. That could be.
Absolutely.
Look at me.
You are on it. So we've got collagen, we've got hormones. What else? There was one more I was thinking of that I think will be hot this year. I think that the concept of adrenal fatigue or adrenal insufficiency, that's just a term to say that we're running our cortisol levels through stress too high, and then they either stay really high and cause anxiety or go really low and cause fatigue. Depending on how your constitution is and how your adrenals respond to the release of cortisol and adrenaline throughout the course of the day, and when you're stressed and when you're feeling anxious and that type of thing. I think that will get back in the news because naturopathic medicine and integrative physicians, we have good solutions.
And walk back around to Ariana Huffington. If she does this sleep book, she's going to tell her story as to what happened.
Absolutely. She'll talk about her burnout.
Right.
And when she's talking about her burnout, she's talking about stage 3 adrenal fatigue, cortisol getting too high, and then plummeting where you don't have that release in the morning or throughout the course of the day. And you know what will be the solution? One of them? Sleep. 2016, that's from your list.
Oh, look. My list. You know what? Let's do a blog post. You do your 5. Okay. I'll do my 5. And then it'll be out there. And then everyone can come back.
Okay.
On January 1st of 2017 and see how on.
I'm sure there'll be other things that are more obscure because this is the most basic list I've ever seen.
Right, but mine is the solution.
Yours is the solution. I'm trying to think what was popular last year and if anything will be like that. Putting coconut oil in your coffee was huge. Was there anything else that was major? So
you're just talking about a trend.
Yeah, health trends.
Not something that's necessarily great.
Just health trends. Coconut oil in general was big. And there wasn't a huge amount of...
Well, I don't think it's that. I think you and I don't really do trends.
CrossFit and paleo were obviously massive last year, the last couple of years in a row. And they've started to sort of fade. So I think that we'll get back to the basics. I think you're right on.
Telling you.
Thank you for your list.
Well, you're very welcome.
This has been Healthy Rebel Radio, episode 3. Thank you so much for listening and have a great day.
See you.
Healthy Rebel Radio is presented by the online health and wellness center, DamiHealth.com. Since 2009, Amy Lane has successfully coached thousands of women through her signature program, the Bikini Body Program. Join today to work exclusively with Amy to unveil your greatest yet to be from the inside out. Go to DamiHealth.com for more information.
Thank you for listening to Healthy Rebel Radio. Please connect with us on our community pages on Facebook, Pinterest, and Instagram, all at the handle @DamiHealth. For weekly recipes, articles, and all our episodes straight to your inbox, join our newsletter at DamiHealth.com. You can find all the links discussed in today's episode in the show notes. Thank you for joining us and see you tomorrow.